What's up guys, today I explain you how Jujutsu Kaisen perfects the concept of the strongest. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe this channel, because we are close to hit the 1200 followers and now have fun with the video. Ever since Jujutsu Kaisen began, the concept of the strongest has been used quite a lot for a few different characters, and very early on in the series, strength was defined as the cornerstone for every effective sorcerer within the Jujutsu world. Through both Gojo and Sukuna, this concept was shown to be one of the most important factors when it came to defining the journeys of the most important characters in this franchise. Unlike many other series, the way that Jujutsu Kaisen tackles the concept of the strongest being is unique, not because of how unmatched strength shapes the world around these powerful characters, but also how it shapes their ideals. So, in this article, let's take a look at the concept of the strongest in this series, and see why it is done perfectly here compared to many other anime franchises. Whenever Jujutsu Kaisen talks about the concept of strength, it is always within the context of battle. It shows that whoever carries the title of the strongest being does so because no one else can defeat them in a fight, and that the gap between them and all others is insurmountable, essentially making them one-man armies. For the modern era, it was Satoru Gojo, a man whose mere birth shifted the balance of power in the world. Gojo was born with the limitless cursed technique, and the Six Eyes gift unique to his clan that allowed him to make full use of his powers. Due to this, Gojo's understanding of cursed energy was second to none, and his powers could be used to their greatest degree, making him someone who even the most powerful curses could not harm. This was mirrored by Sukuna, who was considered to be the greatest and strongest sorcerer of all time. Sukuna's understanding of cursed energy was greater than even Gojo's, and his various cursed techniques gave him unbridled offensive power, which allowed him to live like a god back in the Heian era and even survive to this day by creating cursed objects. So, the eventual battle between the strongest sorcerer of all time and the strongest sorcerer of the current age had been destined since the start of the series, and it certainly didn't disappoint. The war between these two powerhouses was incredible to witness, as they used powers and techniques that simply no one else could contend with, battling on a level that others didn't even know existed. After using every single trick in each of their repertoire, Sukuna eventually emerged as the victor. This is where the concept of the strongest truly stood out in the series, as it was shown that Gojo was the only one capable of taking Sukuna on his own. After his death, the entirety of Jujutsu High teamed up to take down the strongest sorcerer of all time, bolstering the fact that Sukuna's strength was unparalleled, and the title of the strongest was reserved for only those on his and Gojo's level. While showing how Sukuna was on another level compared to just about everyone else, it reinforced the power that Gojo held, since he was the only reason everyone else was able to get any damage off on Sukuna in the first place, as the King of Curses was dealing with the aftereffects of his battle with the Honored One. The title of the strongest wasn't something that was just for show and tell. Rather, it showed fans of the series how this title is only reserved for the greatest sorcerers in history. Even though the title of the strongest sorcerer means that no one can ever hope to fight you, it also means that no one can ever understand you, leading to a very solitary and lonely existence. Gojo had always shared this title with his childhood best friend, Suguru Gato, meaning that even though he was the strongest sorcerer in the world, he always had someone on his level who understood him on a personal level. However, after his initial defeat at the hands of Toji, Gojo realized his reverse cursed technique and unlocked the full potential of his powers, putting him on a level far greater than even Gato. Though he became an unparalleled powerhouse, he spent his entire life in utter loneliness due to how no one could perceive the world like he did, which went on to greatly influence his personality and relationship with others, since he could never really let others get close to him. However, after his initial defeat at the hands of Toji, Gojo realized his reverse cursed technique and unlocked the full potential of his powers, putting him on a level far greater than even Gato. Though he became an unparalleled powerhouse, he spent his entire life in utter loneliness due to how no one could perceive the world like he did, which went on to greatly influence his personality and relationship with others, since he could never really let others get close to him. However, Sukuna was someone who reveled in such solitude. Just like Gojo, he too existed on a level far above everyone else, so no one could reach or understand him either. However, Sukuna reconciled this by adopting a different mindset, one where he viewed the need for others to challenge him as a declaration of their love and understanding towards him, so he never really felt alone the same way. Sukuna always put himself first and only ever relied on his own abilities, so he didn't suffer existence in the same way that Gojo did, though it was this same solitude and loneliness that led to his defeat at the hands of everyone within Jujutsu High working together. This is why the storytelling regarding the concept of the strongest is so potent in Jujutsu Kaisen. It states that although the strongest is someone who can never be beaten by anyone else, reaching such a level comes at a cost, so perhaps not everyone would be willing to make the sacrifice to achieve it. Whether it's Gojo suffering from loneliness or Sukuna embracing it, absolute strength comes with absolute isolation.